Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the Dungeon of the Mana Tombs. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over a quick nice little Transmog gold farm, especially if you're padding out your auction house. This is the Mana Tombs and it's located within Terakar Forest on the top side of Auxodon. And what you're going to be wanting to do here is just by running into the instance and farming it up. Farming this instance is relatively straightforward. There is only a few little things that you need to be aware of. Is the Crypt Raiders. They have a chance of charging abilities which can actually just knock you for 6. However, you can actually get quite a decent amount of items from this entire dungeon. This is where you can actually just attack the first boss and all of these mobs will actually run towards you, meaning that you don't have to gather up all of these mobs. You can just run past them and then just gather it up through that way. Alongside that, by gathering up all of these mobs, it's best having a speed set to go along with that, as it works out quite well if you're just gathering up all of these mobs just in general. I generally like doing this, however I like to keep my eye on the Crypt Raiders just in case, as their charge ability can slow down the run speed, and I really don't like having to reset like this and it just slows down the entire run, so to speak, because they'll just keep charging you until you're actually finally annoyed. However, when it comes to this boss, all I do is just gather them up and hide behind the pillow. Hide it behind the pillar. Now, this boss can actually be mined for a load of different types of materials as well once he's actually defeated. I do this because all of the spellcasters have to get in line of sight of me in order to attack me, so they all come around the corner in order to attack me in that sense. Don't worry about these arcane fiends, as they don't actually drop any loot, they just literally follow you and all that stuff. So when you're gathering up all of these different types of stuff, you're mainly just going for all of the different types of items. That being said, you do get a wide variety of different materials from that boss, and if I'm running this on my miner, which is my druid, which we're currently doing it on right now, is very easy in order to do. Just get a load of extra materials. Along with that, if you can see, you can get rich adamantite, fel iron ore, and also some corium ore, just depending on the instance respawn. So it's always best to run it with your miner, just in case some corium ore just pops up, and that means you can get some additional gold to go along with that. It basically just increases your gold per hour, because corium ore still sells for like a stupid amount of gold, like close to 700 gold a piece, which works out very well if you are lucky enough in that particular instance. On our last roundup, all we have to do is just run all the way over towards the Nexus Prince Shaffer, and we're going to be wanting to burn ourselves down. Now, when it comes towards the Transmog in general that you get from this actual dungeon, it's actually not a specific item such as like things like Razorfen Downs or Razorfen Crawl or loads of other different types of Transmog gold farms. You're mainly going for these keynote items, but they're all ones that you don't know if they're going to drop, as they are all just random. So we just got a Shield of the Wayward Footman for 5,931 gold on our first run. And if we have a look at this, this is basically a nice little shield that we can sell on the auction house for a nice cosmetic appearance. It's mainly due to volume of the transmog that you actually gain from this dungeon instead of actually farming it up. And as you can see, doing one run only takes you around about 3 minutes in order to do, and that's while I'm talking to you guys. That being said, this is one of the best transmog farms that you can do in TBC for TBC items, as it has an array of different types of loot, and I would highly recommend it if you're just getting started with transmog. Other than that, guys, have an awesome rest of the day, and if you want any other additional gold making resources or content, then please feel free to go over towards the Patreon. Other than that, take it easy, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.